Welcome back to another video of Supreme Slayer. We're back with another Extreme Stories video. And today's video is going to be based about something that you elementary school students are probably doing right now, or if you're in middle school, which is, if you guessed it, science fair projects. Something we all had to do back then. And for sure, if you ask me, I can say to you that I really hated science fair projects. And I can tell you a lot of reasons why. Because they are just a load of bullcrap. Hey, you can just say they're bullcrap. You gotta have a reason for it, you fool. Whoa, man. I'm gonna get to that. So shut up, nerd. Yeah, as I was saying, there's a reason why I hate science projects, and it has to do with the fact that it's an overwhelming process that we had to go through every single year. We had to go through it all the way from 4th to 8th grade, and it pretty much stinks doing it every year because then you get tired of having to do the same thing over and over again, use different ideas, and for sure this drives me nuts having to get like cipher boards all the time and have to come up with a strange idea that people like, but still, to me, I find it kind of useless for me to do science projects because it's not something I want to do, but they force us to do anyway. And there was even one instance when I kind of messed up. I mean, it was my first time doing science fair projects, and I messed up big time. It went from a small thing to a huge mess. This took place back in the year 2010, which when I was back in 4th grade, the first time doing it, and our teacher introduced us to something new called science fair projects. He's saying, "Yeah, this is gonna be a fun project for you guys. You guys are gonna enjoy it." And at first, we didn't even know what a science fair project was because, for sure, we were all dumbs back then. We used to be that. If you're in 4th grade right now, then sorry that this applies to you, but I have to say it. But this is what we all felt back then. But your teacher explained to us it was a fun project, and we were like, okay, that seems cool. So we had to come up with all these fun ideas. Everyone has such good ideas, and I even came up with the idea of going for bubbles, like bubbles. See if bubbles work better than corn syrup, or corn syrup work better than bubbles. My teacher gave me a huge thumbs up on it, saying that it was a great idea and I should do it. But, however, my dad was a lot different. He said, "Nah, I wouldn't go for that idea if I were you. That's just a big waste of time." And I was like, "What? This is the best idea ever. Why you doubt it?" I even had to tell him that I already got the idea approved by my teacher. Because the teacher was once you get approved by the teacher, it's my responsibility. So it's my idea. But he just said, "Nope, not your idea anymore." And he went on to say that the bubbles was just a waste of time. That was just nothing. And he suggested I go to a new idea. And said I didn't have an idea. So he told me my new idea could be black lights, which something they use to light in the dark to help see things. At first I thought it was a pretty dumb idea. Since my idea was, crush the rubble. But that was the idea I was stuck with. And I didn't even tell my teacher that I forgot to change my idea. And a week later, our teacher started asking for proof of work that we were actually doing a project. And this pretty much messed me up a lot because now, with having to show the proof of work, now I was worried that a teacher is going to find out that I was not been doing the bubble stuff that I told him I was supposed to be doing. So now, to manage everything, I had to, send the black light stuff, keep it at home, and then have to send the bowl stuff I have to him. Because I know if I did mess up, and then if I were to hand both of to him, then he would get confused and wonder what the hell is going on. Because this is not what he wanted me to do. He didn't want me doing 2 projects. But I had to put myself in this position, and this is how I got messed up. And for sure, I had to worry about this. I had to do this whole charade for 3 whole weeks. I had to keep the whole thing going. I had to keep showing the proof of work of my bubbles thing, which I wrote without my dad noticing. And this pretty much, set me up for, pretty much guilt for like the whole 3 weeks. The whole 3 weeks, I would lay down thinking about what am I gonna do, because the day was coming up. Our teacher said that we were gonna have to turn in the projects, and I kept worrying about that day. I was in bed on night just worrying about that day. And then the day before we had to turn in the project, we had to put all our stuff on our presentation boards. And this is what really messed me up because for the past 3 weeks, we've been doing research on the black lights and nothing on bubbles. So this is when I knew that I was really, really, really screwed. Because this is why I wanted to turn to the teacher. But without this, this is what we're gonna be showing to our teacher. And just knowing this, I'm like, this can't be happening. And that's what I worried about because I knew my dad's gonna do this, but guess what he went ahead and did? When I told him about it, he said, nope, we're going right with the black idea project. So once again, my boldest idea was shut it again. And that's when I knew that I was in huge trouble now because after that night, he put everything about the black lights on the board. And then the next day came, and that's when the worst came. It was time for presentations, and I was up there just standing as stiff as a stone, or as a statue, as you say. And I was just staring at the crowds, which is my classmates, wondering what they're gonna think when they see my poster board, because I knew in like 10 seconds I was gonna be totally humiliated when they see my poster board. He, however, comes up to the poster board and he gets ready to open it. And in those 10 seconds, I was sweating so much, just worrying about what the teacher is gonna say. And in 10 seconds, my teacher especially went from this to him showing the what the heck face right after he opened my project. And I can see from his face that he was not thrilled to see what was on the poster board because it was nothing as what he had expected from me. And he was like, well, I mean, he was totally out of control. Just seeing the poster board, and I knew I screwed badly. And he looked down at me saying, "What did you do? Why is this not the bubbles?" And I had to explain to him the whole entire situation. I had to tell him everything about what had happened. And for that, unfortunately, I was forced to sit down because since I told him all that stuff, he was like, okay, so you just lost up everything, so I can't let you present today. And you know what? I screwed up real bad. Just knowing that this mistake got me into huge trouble. I mean, for that, I couldn't even get nominated for the science fair award either because of my mistakes, which is kind of a huge bummer. But just thinking about it, I was like, nah, I don't need it anyway. But after the presentations and after the science fair, my teacher let me present my project, even though it was already after science fair. He gave me a chance anyway, and pretty much I did well on telling him, and he gave me a good grade. However, I learned a huge lesson from this, and the lesson was to never postpone telling someone that you changed your mind about something. Or if you wanted to change something but you didn't tell someone about it and you just go ahead and do something else. And that's kind of like a lie. Like it seems almost like a lie, but this is something I shouldn't do ever again because this can throw me off again sometime in the future if I do it again. Because this would really hurt me if I do it again. So it'll be better to stay away from that. But that's pretty much it. Anyways, feel free to like if you enjoy this video, and also to subscribe if you haven't already, to always get updated on new videos from the channel. And don't forget to click the bell to always get notified as well. And also, don't forget to check out my other videos. If you missed last week's video, then you can check out the video in the description. Just click the link to go right to last week's video. Anyways, goodbye.